I tried a lot of things during this period, acting in corporate infomercials, serving drinks in a non-equity theater. I even took a job entertaining at a 7-year-old's birthday party. And then an insane, inexplicable opportunity came my way. So I couldn't fear losing a great job that I had never had, that I couldn't hope to have. And I think that actually, that attitude made the difference. And I went to work. I felt like I had seized the moment, that I had put my very best foot forward. Needless to say, I took a lot of criticism. Some of it deserved, some of it excessive. And I'll be honest with you, it hurt like you would not believe. But I'm telling you all this for a reason. I have had a lot of success. I have had a lot of failure. I've looked good, and I've looked bad. I've been praised, and I've been criticized. But my mistakes have been necessary. Because success is a lot like a bright white tuxedo. You feel terrific when you get it, but then you're desperately afraid of getting it dirty, of spoiling it in any way. I left the cocoon of Harvard. I left the cocoon of Saturday Night Live. I left the cocoon of The Simpsons. And each time it was bruising and tumultuous. And yet every failure was freeing, and I'll be honest with you, today, I'm as nostalgic for the bad as I am for the good. So that's what I wish for all of you, the bad as well as the good. Fall down, make a mess, break something occasionally. Know that your mistakes are your own unique way of getting to where you need to be. And remember that the story is never over. There are few things more liberating in this life than having your worst fear realized. I went to college with many people who prided themselves on knowing exactly who they were and exactly where they were going. Your path at 22 will not necessarily be your path at 32 or 42. One's dream is constantly evolving, rising and falling, changing course. This happens in every job, but because I have worked in comedy for 25 years, I can probably speak best about my own profession. It is our failure to become our perceived ideal that ultimately defines us and makes us unique. It's not easy, but if you accept your misfortune and handle it right, your perceived failure can become a catalyst for profound reinvention. No specific job or career goal defines me, and it should not define you. In 2000, I told graduates to not be afraid to fail, and I still believe that. But today, I tell you that whether you fear it or not, disappointment will come. The beauty is that through disappointment, you can gain clarity, and with clarity comes conviction and true originality. Well, I'm here to tell you that whatever you think your dream is now, it will probably change, and that's okay. But through the good, and especially the bad, the person you are now is someone you could never have conjured in the fall of 2007. I'm honestly stunned by what you've endured in your short lives. But I was thinking about it. You came into consciousness while our nation was still smoldering from that attack, and you've only known a world beset by terrorist hate. You've grown up with mass shootings and school lockdowns, horrors completely absent from my childhood. You have now witnessed 2 economic meltdowns of stunning proportions. You are actually living in a hotter and more treacherous biosphere than the one I was born into. 2 months into your freshman year, many of you voted for the first time in the 2016 election, and ever since, you've been living in the most polarized United States since the Civil War. Now this, you know all too well. You've been handed more than your share. Tom Brokaw famously hailed the people who survived the Great Depression and World War II, not because of who they were, as much as what they endured. He called them the greatest generation. Now, we don't know what you will be called, because the generation that cleaned up the mess left by those a-hole boomers doesn't just roll off the tongue. You've been challenged your entire lives, and you've demonstrated one of the most precious qualities one can have: resilience. Now, cynics like to mock the supposedly spoiled or callow youth of the new millennia, but you have seen and survived so much, and you've responded with wit,
creativity, righteous anger, activism, and a gritty determination to take the reality you've been handed and make it better. As the father of 2 teenage children, I look at all you've achieved in a frightful world, and it gives me great hope. You are remarkable examples to my children of how to be smart, brave, and yes, resilient in a scary world. Our current troubles will pass, and you will laugh and thrive and experience great joy. I cannot wait to see what you fine people will accomplish, and I know that one day, years from now, one of you will stand where I stand.